for our new coaches, especially who maybe they have a handful of clients, but they just can't seem to get to that next level. What would you say for you was the tipping point between a handful of clients to a steady stream of clients? And then again, did you have experience a second tipping point from that 20 clients to 40 clients?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are great questions. The first thing that I did was I found a way to sustainably give workshops. I found my audiences of people. I Now that we're mostly moving, like let's say that all in-person things are off the table, which isn't necessarily true, but let's say that's there. Uh, what what people who are building a business have to do right now is you have to find ways to find out where your audience hangs out. Where are they? I went to a lot of BNI meetings. Um, I think it was called the TIP. There were a couple organizations where you can go and pitch for 30 seconds, do your 30-second pitch type things. And I would go, and I was the unicorn because no one else did coaching with teenagers. So I was competing with nobody. It wasn't like I was a realtor or a web designer who the other realtors and web designers would look at you like, if you walked into the room. So I could go into these places, do my thing, connect with people. From there, I learned that I really wasn't trying to get clients. And what I was mostly trying to do was to let people know that I was available to give this workshop that provided this value to the people who would attend the workshop. That was a big shift. And that was a hard one because Moise and I, we were month to month for years. Like we were like living on just hopes and prayers and, my having to hustle. And there was a sweet spot between there is pressure to do the work. There is pressure to get out there and do it. And you have to. I had to make the phone calls. I had to get up at 5:00, get it there by 6, 5:55, and get ready to go by 6 and give my talk and then leave and then do all the other activities that I need to do during that day, and then I meet my handful of clients in the afternoon to hopefully get more clients. Wow, right? There's an element of hustle, but there can also be too much pressure where if it feels like you're too hungry and you really are not, it's hard. The sacrifices are a lot. There's a sweet spot between being just hungry enough where you have to make the hard phone calls. You have to pick up the phone and follow up with people. You don't necessarily feel like it. You're probably going to get more no's than yeses. That's hard, but it takes that, okay, like you have to do this for the mission. You have to do this for you. You have to do this for your family. You have to do this for, find those reasons and then the structures to make yourself follow through on them. That is not easy. And I think a lot of times people assume that their own internal world will somehow manage itself, but you have to find ways. I had to find ways to keep at it, to stay positive, to remind myself this is where I want to go. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing this for. Those reminders, those structures and systems to keep you productive in the face of substantial rejection sometimes is not fun. So that was finding a way to shift thinking away from I need to enroll clients to I need to establish workshops, or I need to connect with people who are also in this space. When I went to those meetings and I really shifted to workshops, interestingly, I would connect with people and network, and then the knowledge I got from networking with these people was so valuable. One thing I'd love to share is this idea of what they called sunshine networking, which is, it's not like when you're networking with someone. And I was a high school Latin teacher. I had no formal business education. I didn't know any of this stuff. I went straight from, I was reading like the Iliad and the Odyssey, Greek. I was reading Greek in college. Like I have, like, it's so silly. Like I think, okay, so I was studying Greek and Latin in college. I teach Latin, And then all of a sudden I find life coaching and I realize, okay, this is going to change the world. Now what do? I need all this, so it was like basically business training 101 from zero. People we bring into the team now, they have more business experience than I do, and I've been doing this for 15 years. So it's like because they've been in other organizations that are larger, and they know, okay, this is best practice. This is how you need to run team meetings. This is all of that's learned on the fly. Fine. So, but in this space, networking, my definition of it is the giving and receiving of information. It's asking people, what is it you really need? What is the most helpful thing that you are looking for? And then letting others know, this is the most helpful thing that I'm looking for. And it's not getting clients. That's not the most helpful thing. What you are after is a system, a structure that will consistently get you clients. And that structure and system is basically what I found for myself was providing workshops. The idea of sunshine networking is you have your target audience in the middle, that's the sun, and then all the rays are other people who don't necessarily directly compete with you, but have the same target audience. That's the idea of sunshine networking. So those are the people you connect with. You don't connect with your target audience, you connect with the people connected to your target audience. For me, when I was working with teenagers, the very best group of people for me to connect with was senior portrait photographers. The best. They work with a lot of people. They work in a space of, they're working one-on-one. People open up when they're doing headshots, when they're getting their pictures taken. And I worked with one parent, worked with her daughter. Her daughter, she just had a great year when I was working with her, and that led to another year. And then she got to her ideal school, and her mom referred 9 people in 1 month to my practice, and that tipped it. And then another parent she was friends with another parent, and then she referred 5 people. It just was like a thing. It just became the cool thing to do. And once that happened, I was telling people I don't have space. And if you really want to see something go, you tell people, I'm sorry, I don't have space, but I can get you on the waiting list. Oh my goodness, that was bananas. And that took a while. I mean, it took a while for me to get there. I'd say about 2012. That's when, 2012, 2013, that's when it really was busy. And then 2014, because I had Dubai on my front page on the website, I was invited to speak at the first conference in Dubai in 2014 because I just came up on web searches in Dubai because of that reason, because I had Boston to Dubai on my website, and that was another big tipping point in just street cred. It was, and then I met Marshall Goldsmith there, who was an executive coach, and got connected with him. And he's just spot on with so many things that he talks about. He says one of the things that new coaches, in his experience as a coach, is that people are hesitant to ask for help. And it's okay to ask for help. And that's basically what networking is. It's, again, asking for help. Asking people, what I'm really after is providing this workshop to this target audience to give this benefit. Every workshop I gave, no matter what, it always felt like I got at least one client from it. Sometimes 2, no matter the size, the length, it didn't matter. Usually 1.